What's good, everybody? It's Rod with POW. Welcome back on the Pursuit of Wealth for a daily market recap. Today's a recap for Wednesday, July 21st. Excited to be back from a road trip across Canada. And in today's video, we're going to be discussing Elon Musk's top 3 crypto holdings. As the main topic of the day, we're going to be focusing on the crypto space. There was a ton going on in crypto land today. So we'll look at some news and events like we normally do, and then we'll go over the crypto space and do some analysis on the broader market as well. But I'll put some timestamps in the description below as per usual. And make sure to smash the like, subscribe to the channel. I would appreciate it. So I just got back from my road trip across the country. And just before I jump into the show today, I just wanted to share with everybody, obviously, I'm from PEI, so had family. I haven't seen my parents in almost a year and had a property that I wanted to renovate and list on the market as well. So lots to do here over the next few weeks. But what better way to enjoy the reopening than travel across the country, hit up all the major cities. So went all the way from Saskatoon, down to Regina, to Winnipeg, did Thunder Bay, Sault Ste. Marie, went into Toronto, visited some friends and some POW group members as well, some family. Stopped in Montreal for a couple of days, Quebec City, so it was absolutely fantastic. Took the scenic way around. If you haven't done the Great Lakes, I highly encourage you to do so. It was absolutely stunning. My little partner in crime, Montgomery, or Monty for short, and we stopped by Ottawa, did the Parliament Building, met up with Ryan, so shout out to POW group member Ryan for coming out to the Hexo operations facility there in Ottawa. It's great to meet you. Also did a tour of the Hexo Maçon facility, so I'll upload some footage of that here in the not too distant future. Also got a condo right next to the CN Tower when I was in Toronto, so absolutely stunning views at night as well, and met some friends there, had an absolute blast. Stopped by Montreal for a couple of nights and had a nice pool there, just a lazy day by the pool. But just wanted to also shout out to POW group member Grant H for the sick Hexo Molo custom hat, XMG, and even had POW Rod there on the back. So just wanted to express my gratitude for that. You, sir, are an absolute beauty. So thanks so much for the hat, my brother. Moving on, and be sure to check out the POW group Facebook page if you want to see a bit more photos from that trip. But moving on, Ethereum price rises after Elon Musk confirms he owns the cryptocurrency. So his top 3 holdings he revealed today, his own personal holdings, is Bitcoin, Dogecoin, and Ethereum. And the only thing significant outside of Tesla that he owns is SpaceX. But he also confirmed that Tesla and SpaceX both own Bitcoin and no other cryptocurrencies at this time. But he repeated his support for the cryptocurrency space in general, despite potential environmental risks, saying that one thing you need to watch out for with crypto, especially Bitcoin, is the proof of work concept, which uses a lot of energy and is not necessarily good for the environment. So we're going to continue to monitor that as well. Musk also revealed that Tesla will most likely resume accepting Bitcoin after he conducts a bit more due diligence to make sure that its green energy use is above the 50% threshold, which he mentioned during the B-Word conference as well. But he did mention that, and that's why Tesla stopped accepting Bitcoin in the first place. So we'll continue to monitor that situation. Also, Jack Dorsey hopes Bitcoin will help bring about world peace. Let me know in the comments below. Do you think that it has that potential? Also, why billion-dollar investment firm Rothschild's Investment Corp is accelerating exposure to Bitcoin. I highly encourage you to check this out, but essentially the main point I want to drive home here is that institutional interest is increasing. We saw Cathie Wood of ARK Investments flip bullish on Bitcoin as well, and we're seeing tons of just whales in general starting to accumulate in this area, right? So a lot of people thinking that we're in a bear market. I highly discourage that idea. I do not think we're in a bear market. I think we're ultimately heading to 80 to 100,000 on Bitcoin. What if a Bitcoin ETF gets approved here in the not too distant future, which I think it could? So these are all bullish catalysts. Again, we could see a bit more downside in the short term, but ultimately I think that we're still very much in a bull market. And also Bank of America, another really bullish article today. They are endorsing crypto trading for their clients. So there's just been a slew of different positive news headlines today, and the crypto space obviously reacting in a positive way. Also, EU policymakers unveil plan to regulate Bitcoin and crypto transactions. So a new proposal of the European Commission would require businesses to maintain records of the name, address, date of birth, and the account number of clients as they move cryptocurrency from one wallet to another. So some crackdown here and some regulatory oversight just to maintain the know your customer and anti-money laundering requirements that is usually needed in the financial space. We also had Netflix beating on paid subscriber growth, but they missed on earnings and the stock was down quite a bit today. Moving on to the crypto space. So obviously reacting very positively to the Elon Musk comments and Jack Dorsey, Cathie Wood, the conference that we had today. So obviously playing a big factor in my opinion. And we are holding the $30,000 level. And just take a look when we lost 30,000. We held that 28,800 support and we dipped below 30,000, but we didn't last there for very long. And then we got that hourly oversold bounce underway. And then we changed the hourly trend here once we broke above that $30,000 area. And look at the buying pressure that we had immediately after. We got hourly overbought, so we started to come down here and test EMA 12, but we're still in an hourly uptrend, testing EMA 12, holding EMA 12 here on this pullback. And we knew that we would just be looking for an hourly higher low here at some point, having not had one from all the way down here at 29,500, really our last clear higher low. So bulls holding up just fine in my opinion, but we still have some work to do on the 4 hour. You can see here it's a potential 4 hour bull flag. We could see a 4 hour EMA 12 and 26 bull cross, which would also give us a little bit more follow through to the upside as well. But we need to change the 4 hour uptrend from here, 4 hour trend to an uptrend from here. So if we can form a higher low compared to 29,301 and then form a higher high, that will give us our 4 hour uptrend. And then we zoom out to the daily. Bulls will want to get as big of a bounce as possible on the daily and change the daily trend, but topping out just below EMA 26. And then if we can change the daily trend, we zoom out to the weekly and then we change the weekly trend. Once we confirm a weekly uptrend, then that will give us confidence that our monthly high or low is set. And what I would like to see is a monthly candle close above EMA 12 there at $32,933. So if we can close the month over 33,000, that's going to be extremely bullish. You'll see these lower wicks here as well and declining bear volume. And like I said, just over 10 days left. So I'd like to see us close above that yellow line, that EMA 12 there, to remain bullish at the end of the month and potentially mark our bottom here in the crypto space before we continue up to the $80,000 to $100,000 mark, which I do believe is possible before the end of this bull market. So moving on to the broader market, taking a look at SPY, we did lose the daily uptrend on SPY, and we're just going to be anticipating a daily lower high here compared to the all-time high at 437.92. When we did have that massive pullback, it reminded me of back here on June 18th, but wouldn't be surprised if we just V-shaped recovery into a new all-time high, which has been the theme of 2020 and 2021. And it'll continue to work until it doesn't. So that's what I'm going to be expecting. And we're extremely bullish. Bulls are continuing to buy the dip. This is day 2 now of the daily bounce. But if we zoom out to the weekly on that pullback, the first thing I did was I zoomed out to the weekly chart and I looked at EMA 12, and we didn't dip below it for very long. So if we close above EMA 12, bulls are just fine. You can see here that we've been holding EMA 12 since all the way back here at the end of October. And we're still in a weekly uptrend. Bulls are still in full control. Long term, there's no real damage or major red flag unless we close the week below EMA 12 or we lose the weekly uptrend. So in my opinion, we are still extremely bullish on the broader market, but we do have to be cautious though. Just want to point out that we haven't consolidated on the monthly time frame since all the way back in September of last year in 2020. So it's been almost a full year without any real monthly consolidation. And even of September of 2020, that was barely any monthly consolidation. So what happens when we see history repeat itself and we see a significant drop like back here in the past? Well, that's going to be a significant drop in my opinion. So we'll be watching for the low of the previous monthly candle to hold. Personally, I'm going to be shorting SPY significantly if we lose the low of the previous month. I'll add to my SPXS position quite heavily, I may add, because of the fact that we haven't consolidated in about 9 months. And we are getting close to the monthly upper Bollinger Band here as well. So there will come a time where the market flips. And I'm just going to be watching that weekly and monthly chart as the most important factor for me. Taking a look at the dollar. So the dollar is still extremely strong, holding EMA 12, still in a daily uptrend. And one thing I want to point out here on the monthly, if we break above 93.43, we're going to confirm a monthly uptrend. And a lot of people are saying, oh, the dollar's going, lower. The dollar's absolutely bearish from here. There's nothing going for it. And all of the stimulus and printing is hurting the US dollar and the recovery. But we're starting to see a potential for a monthly equilibrium. So we could be setting our monthly lower high here and just tightening up into the end of the year. That's entirely possible as well. But going to be watching that 93.43, as if we do confirm a monthly uptrend, that's obviously going to put some selling pressure on stocks, because we generally see an inverse correlation there. But IWM had a nice bounce the last couple of days. But one thing I wanted to highlight with IWM is monthly consolidation is underway. So again, the more names that start monthly consolidation, the more we can see that in the rest of the broader market. But QQQ remains strong. And on the daily time frame today, close right at the high of the day. So one of our stronger sectors, and again, going for another V-shaped recovery, but lost the daily uptrend. So now we'll look to get as big of a bounce as possible and change the trend on the daily back to an uptrend on the tech sector. SMH, similar as well, closing at the high of the day, but we are down here about 0.75% after hours. So we are weak, potentially an inside bar there on the daily time frame lining up for tomorrow. Oil had a nice bounce, but we are seeing a new candle roll over here in a daily inside bar. And then we confirmed a daily downtrend actually on oil with a lower high and lower low. So bulls want to see another big of a bounce as possible to change that daily trend. Silver didn't break the high of yesterday. So we are seeing an inside bar. We broke the high. I guess it's a new candle here. So we did break the high of the previous daily candle, but not by much. So lagging the rest of the market here. And we'll see if the metals can get a bounce underway tomorrow. Gold, another inside bar here on the daily, and consolidation there on the last daily candle. But we had support here at 1795. We got as low as 1794. And then after that, we have the recent low of 1750. Bulls are just fine in my opinion, searching for that daily high or low. And then if we can break above 1834 from here, that would give us our daily uptrend confirmed. XBI, so continuing its daily bounce today as well, the biotech sector, energy sector, in response to US oil getting its daily oversold bounce underway as well. And we have a lack of resistance here up until EMA 12, which is sitting at 50.34, and then we have resistance up at 53.14 on the price action. Financial sector, XLF. So just expecting a daily lower high as well compared to 37.14, but nice bounce. Day 2 of its daily bounce as well. And taking a look at the healthcare sector, another inside bar set up for tomorrow as well, but new all-time high. We broke above 129.60. Actually, we pretty much double top. It came within 5 pennies. So we're going to be watching XLV. It's been extremely strong, but we're going to be watching tomorrow for a potential inside bar and tightening range. If we break it bullish, likely up to a new all-time high. And if we break it bearish, then we'll start daily consolidation and we'll be heading down to that 126.23 area. So taking a look at some individual names on the day today. So Netflix confirmed a daily downtrend with that bear flag here. So we had that daily lower high and lower low. So if we just take a look from the all-time high, you can see from the high to low, we had a daily bear flag confirm, and we confirmed the daily downtrend as well on this negative bearish earnings reaction. And we're down to 512.02 here after hours, but set up for another inside bar into tomorrow as well. Taking a look at the bull and bear list. On the bear list, we had MVMD, WNRS, and AMC. And on the bull list, we had Riot, VEGA, and CLOV. So Riot and the blockchain names seeing some bid action today with the crypto space lighting a fire under itself. All right, going to end it there. Thanks so much for joining us on the Pursuit of Wealth for a daily market recap. Not going to do an MJ video, still getting my bearings and getting back into the groove. So we shall see you tomorrow after market close. Have a fantastic evening.